Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another wonderful conversation. As usual, I was not expecting many people to show up today because I'm having a Bible sermon and people want to continue remaining in slumber. Nurse Iwalewa, how are you doing, my darling? People want to continue remaining in slumber. I said this about a little less than a year ago, when my daughter was graduating. I said, if the church has not disappointed you yet, be patient. Your disappointment is coming. If the church has not disappointed you yet, don't rush. Just be patient. Your disappointment is loading. It is sure. Like after day comes night, and after night comes day, that the church will disappoint you. Someone said, our Lord never sleeps or slumbers. Who told you that the Lord is in your church? The Lord has nothing to do with your church. The church will continue to disappoint you. Let's take a look at this Wigwe story, for instance. Wigwe is or was, let me pray because I'm going to be reading scriptures and I'm going to be doing some things. So let me pray for wisdom. Heavenly Father, I thank you for gathering your children. I thank you for your mercy and your kindness. I thank you for your love. I thank you for everything you've done for us thus far. I ask for direction, Heavenly Father. I ask for wisdom and understanding, O Lord. In Yahushua's name I pray. Amen. So, I want us to look at Wigwe's case. Did the church disappoint Wigwe or not? I want us to use popular stories. Did the church disappoint Wigwe or not? Just answer the question please, I want you to be logical. Did the church disappoint Wigwe or not? Nobody's talking. Someone says nowadays, church is a bag of disappointment. If the disappointment never reach you, calm down, it go reach you. So I'm asking you, did the church disappoint Wigwe or not? The church did not disappoint Wigwe. They went and did birthday. 1 week after he died, his wife died, and his son died, his firstborn son. And they went to do birthday. Now the pastor that did the birthday and his wife, did the church disappoint them or not? Okay, you people made a mistake, did something silly. Why did you do this? Go on suspension. After the suspension, were they reinstalled? No. The Bible preaches forgiveness. Christ preached forgiveness. So the church will disappoint Wigwe. It still disappoint the pastor where they run that particular church. The only person that the church will never disappoint is the owner of the church. Someone say from our own perspective they did, but a dead person can. I agree with you. But by your own standards, did they disappoint him? So if you are alive and the church has not yet disappointed you, it's because you are not living for a long time. Don't worry, the longer you live, the more likely it is that the church will disappoint you. And this comes from the very basis on which the very premise on which the church is built. Work with me. I was part of a team that is working on, I was asked to do my submissions. I've been very lazy about this, Father, forgive me. The topic is the role of religion, the role of logic in religious belief systems. And much of the talk comes not only in the correctness of reasoning, but also in the semantic interplay of appearance and truth in the process of the building up of a religious belief. And I ask you, how are your religious beliefs built up? Your religious beliefs are built on the backbone of the reasoning of your parents. And if there's anything I beg you every day of my life to do is stop thinking like your parents. The reason why your country is the way it is because your parents thought the way they thought. I want to give you a framework for this. Why was Wigwe? Why was he such a phenomenal case study? Why? Why was this Wigwe versus City of David case such a big case? Do you want me to break your heart? Because Wigwe was rich. If a member of the choir who has dedicated his life, never missed choir practice, sang from morning till night, close my door, was the one that lost their life so tragically, and the pastor went ahead and did birthday, you have heard complain anyway? I'm asking you. Talk to me. Let's reason. Let's reason. Imagine it was a member of the church who never missed a single choir service, who attended all the Holy Ghost fellowships, who joined every prayer meeting, who was there. And the person died tragically with his wife and child, or with her husband and child. The noise they made about Wiki, would they have made it about that person? The church does not have a standard. Have you ever sat down and say, okay, when somebody buys, this is what we do? It was because everybody knew Wigwe, and the church responded. The church responded to the public outcry. And let me tell you what public outcry does. Can I have somebody to read the Bible for me? Can I just have somebody to read? If I have Buki Sote. I need just any one of my people to read Bible for me. I always love it when people read scriptures for me. The church responded to the public uproar. The church doesn't have a plan to do anything. They are the most. That's why I say, when I said it's a body of crisis, it's not a body of Christ. It's a body of crisis. Because if any member of the church like in the Free Nation, we have people who support us with money. Henry the Great, Simply Vic, Buki Shorte, people who support us with money, Mrs. Linda, there are people who support. But there are people who support us with legwork. Brother Shukbo, Esther Omoruyi, who, if I mention a Bible verse, she will pin the Bible verse. If I'm trying to raise money for a charity, she will pin my account number. I cannot rate somebody who gives me money over somebody who gives me time. because both time and money are needed to run the church. But in Nigeria, it's not time. Oh. If you like, sweep the floor of the church every day of the week. If inside that 1 billion, you did not bring 100 million, you are pretty useless. I was in somebody's house yesterday. They were showing me all the partnership gifts. This one is 10 million. This sticker is 2 million. This is. Before you can be a partner, a pastor's partner, it's your money. In the free nation, money is important. But I've built the structure of the free nation in such a way that if you don't give me 1 naira every time I'm supposed to preach, I will preach. Every Sunday, whether we take offering, we never even take offering. Whether we raise money for a project or not, I am there. I am right there. Whether I'm making money or not, and I built the structure of it like that. Because money is such a dangerous thing. Money is such a, you don't understand how dangerous money is, even to me that is fighting the system. Before, I used to preach 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then I'll still preach on Sunday. Why did I stop? Because I had to pay bills. And so that they will not say that the free is taking money from the church, I started running my own, the same thing I was doing in Cool FM. I started doing it on my own live. And I started getting paid for it. And it took my job. I wasn't stealing from the church, but I was stealing from the church. I robbed the church, not of money, of time. That is how dangerous money is. Money, because it's like, I have 2 hours. It is 10 o'clock. I'm going to bed at 12 midnight. My wife wants me to come and watch a movie with her in the cinema. And the movie is going to be 2 hours. And there is a football match that my guys want me to watch with them at the bar. And the football match is 1 hour 45. I mean, how many? 1 hour 30 minutes. I have to choose one. So it's either I'm watching the movie with my wife in the cinema, or I'm watching football with my guys in the bar. I can't do the two together. One must suffer. And God explained this so well in scripture. If only you understood it. Matthew chapter 6. I want you to work with me. Matthew chapter 6. These are the words of Christ. I wish I had somebody to read for me. It always helps. From verse 19 it says, don't store up treasures here on earth. It's my eye don't bad going. I've been on the phone again the whole day. Sorry guys, let me just wear my glasses. Yesterday I experienced another kind of phenomenon. My eye they ache, my head they ache me. When I no wear glasses. When I wear glasses, another type of headache can't they catch me. Okay. Don't store up treasures here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. Wherever your treasure is. I want you to work with me. Now, Christ goes on to use this very deep context to explain money. Don't store up treasure here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths cannot rust, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. Your body is like a lamp. Listen to all this is still part of this money thing. Your body is like your eye is like a lamp that provides light for your body. And when your eye is healthy, your whole body is filled with light. But when your eye is unhealthy, your whole body is filled with darkness. And if the darkness you think, and if the light you think you have is actually darkness, then how deep that darkness is. Then it ends with, no one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and be enslaved to money. That is why I tell you not to worry about everyday life. Whether you have enough food to eat or water to drink or enough clothes to wear, isn't life more than food and your body more than clothes? Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, for your heavenly Father feeds them. And aren't they more valuable to him? Aren't you more valuable to my eyes? Bad, forgive me. Than they are? Can all your worries add a single moment to your life? And you worry about clothing. Look at the lilies in the field and how they grow. They don't work or make their clothing. Yet Solomon in all his glory was not dressed as beautifully as they are. And if God cares so much for wildflowers that are here today and thrown into the fire tomorrow, he will certainly care for you. Why do you have so little faith? And that is a very powerful biblical rendition. And I've seen it play out. We live in a material world. My children are in university. We used to have one church member that his children beat up one day. The children got beat up because he wasn't providing for them. My youngest daughter is in uni. Every week, she'll call me and tell me she needs money. Sometimes it's just her weekly allowance. Sometimes it's her weekly allowance plus books or papers, or they need something new. Then they'll call my wife for groceries because I give them money. My wife gives them groceries and makes their hair and all those things that girls need. How do you think I would feel if my children called me for their weekly allowance and I don't have it? How do you think I would feel if my wife needs something and I can't provide it? I know God will always provide. Because there was a time when my children could not go to school because there was no school fees. This happened about 2017, at the height of when there was persecution and nobody wanted to use me. As in, you needed to grow up in our house that time. It was tension. I was always angry. I was always shouting. Because when a man cannot do what a man is supposed to do, he will keep feeling bad about it. So that particular time, I was shouting at let me tell you, my wife worked so hard then to try to pay her own side of, because in my home, it's not 50-50. Sometimes it's like 70-30, sometimes it's 60-40, sometimes it's 70-35, sometimes it's 55-45. You understand? I always make sure I carry the biggest chunk. But my wife carries a very big chunk as well. So for her to meet up her own chunk, she almost lost her finger. Just so that the work can be quick, people were ordering food and somebody ordered crab. And my wife put her hand inside the bowl of crabs to start cleaning the crabs with the team so that they can meet up. And then a crab claw entered inside her finger. My wife took no notice of it and continued working. And so the thing turned to whitlow. The thing can swell. She was still working with it. She now came home one day, it looked very bad. I said, you know what, let's go to the hospital. They told us that if we had not come to the hospital that day, if I waited one more day, I had to cut that finger. So they cut open that finger, drained all the pus. The nurse gave my wife the wrong injection. She almost died. They bound the finger back. My wife went back to work the next day. She was not doing like this and using the other hand to walk. How do you think I would feel as a man? Then my wife had backache, serious backache from the standing and the hustling and the working. How are you, Natural Gambia? From the standing and the hustling and the working, my wife had backache. So we took her to the hospital. They said that waist pain and backache. They said that there's, I forgot what they said it was, that she should sleep with a hot water bottle on her back. So my wife, we now went to buy a hot water bottle. My wife filled it with very hot water and put it at her back. And the water, she was so tired that she slept off and the thing burnt her back. She filled it with hot water that is supposed to chill, but she was so tired, she couldn't wait for the thing. She just said, okay, let me put it. Now put it behind. We now woke up in the morning. She had a huge blister. You know when heat burns something, that thing will go, if you press on water, go inside. My wife was so tired that she slept off inside something where they burn out. She don't know. She still has that blister. The blister healed, but it had a very big scar till today. Those are the scars of suffering. Baby Freeze could not start school. He was 3 years old. He was still at home. Why? Because all the other children were in school. So, am I going to withdraw the ones in school so that he can start? You know, the one will never start if he still give excuse. But the one will start, if you keep on for house, they go the one that say, why this pikin no go school? So we sacrifice Baby Freeze 1 year of his education so that his older siblings can go to school. And even at that, we got to a position where we could not pay the school fees. All the money I was expecting, everything I was doing, nothing came in. And Amarachi and Abiba, there was no school fees. I did not know what I was going to do. I was surrounded by court cases from previous marriages that failed. Businesses were not working. Nobody wanted to work with me. And then something that's never happened, ever, happened. Both Amarachi and Abiba got scholarship. They were the best students in that level. And that time they were in Caleb. And that time Caleb used to give scholarships. So if you are the best in your class, they'll give you a scholarship for the next term. And that is how both children got scholarship. So all I needed to, I didn't have to pay school fees. So what I had to do was pay for bus. The remaining for the two of them came to like half of the school fees of one person. If I know if you pay that one, nobody wins with that. So let's say the school fees of one person is 400K or was 400K. The two of them were like 800K. But then they both got scholarships. So what was left for me to pay was like 200K, which I could comfortably pay. And then everything went on. How do church people make money? Fake testimonies, fake miracles. That's where the money is. Praying, getting you emotionally whipped, and then charging you for it. Because Nigerians need prayer. If I offer a prayer service, all the people offering prayer services are cleaning out. The ones you know and the ones you don't know. Miracles, testimonies, that's how you make money in church. Tithe, seed, offering. threaten them. If they don't bring money, something will happen to them, and tell them that if they bring money, you will give them, God will bless them. That's how church. I wasn't ready to do any of that. But I was also tired of seeing my wife not looking her best, my children wearing rags, my car. I was driving a Range Rover then. If you remember, I used to have a green Range Rover. The AC was not working. So I only drive it in the evening. Then I'll roll down, wind down, be playing my music loud. So everybody say, Daddy freezing. Now because the AC no day. If I wanted to drive in the afternoon, I have to drive my Camry. So I knew. And I was coming from where I was making money. I bought my house from radio. And when I say my house, it cost me back then about $200 and something, $300,000. So my hand has touched money. I'm a landlord. I live in my own house in Lekki. At least some people here have visited me at home before. Henry the Great has visited me at home before and had lunch with me. So I had my house. Thank God I wasn't paying rent. But I had nothing else. And then I started using my platform to say, you know what? Tastebuds and I agreed one day. I said, you know what? Let me start doing interviews on my platform. And the first one was a failure. The second one was Timaya, was a huge success. And then, Tonto Dike was a huge success. And then Timaya first before Tonto Dike. One of the two of them came first. And boom. And then, yeah, but those are interviews, pre-recorded. And now I needed to do my lives and still be able to do like what I'm doing now. This is what I used to do on the radio. I'll talk and, and I still needed to be able to do that. So I created my live shows and people started coming. I remember the first time then I used to charge people 100K to come. Some I would even bring them for free, until I started increasing. But then I noticed something. I now could start affording the things I could afford those days. And it was easy for me to leave radio because I was making much more money on my live and my social media than I was making on the radio. At a point, the radio became nonsense. I'll tell you a story. The day I was leaving the radio, I went there and they gave me a signing off gift. As in severance fee or whatever it is they call it. I don't know what name that. After working for 21 years, they gave me 3.7 million. That day, on my social media, I made more than 3.7 million. That's one day. This person booked this person booked that. It's not always like that. It's not every day that you sell out. Some days you don't make anything. But to me, it was that after 21 years of work, all I'm getting is 3.7 million. And that same day, I calculated all I made, and it was more than that 3.7 in one day. And I was like, I left at the right time. So I'm going somewhere with this. So I began to understand money. And that was the turning point in my life where I now said, you know what? No. I'm going to make my own money. When I was in the radio station offered me some sort of bad as a bad. One small money go enter at the end of the month. Bad as a bad. It allowed me to preach. But when I started working for myself, I wake up in the morning, what sells is gossip. I wake up in the morning, I search all the blogs. What can we do a story out of? I don't see Ampaka. And then something is telling me, but Daddy Freeze, you are supposed to preach today. And I say, no, I can preach tomorrow. This story has to go now, because one of the things about gossip is if the gist drops at 11 a.m. and you don't use it by 1 a.m., by 1 p.m., say 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 hours, That 11 as they drop, they hot. If you give them like 30 minutes, 1 hour, make it gather small. Enter by 12, everywhere go scatter. If you start entering by 4, you get half of the audience. If you enter by night, you'll be lucky to get 200 people listening. But I see they hot like that because people are looking for that story. They go don't run, go everywhere else, hear the gist. So what are they looking for Daddy Freeze for? Did I receive a pension? Yes. When I left the radio, it was about 8 million, if I remember clearly. Yeah. At the pension, no. At the feel, it's not peanuts. You understand? I'm not angry with the radio station. It is what radio is in Nigeria. That's the best paying radio station in Nigeria by a wide margin. So you can imagine what the other ones are doing. So I'm not like I'm angry. I'm just telling you my story. It's not like I'm saying the radio station was bad. They were the best. They tried. They never owed me. I worked there for 21 years. They never owed me salary. Never in 21 years. I give it up to Cool FM and Wazobia FM and Nigerian Food. Never. The worst they've ever done, and I think it happened once, was they paid us June salary in September. They had some problem that was in 21 years. Normally, the worst is you get your June salary June in August, yes, September, July, August. The worst is you get first week of July, second week of July. That's when you get your salary. First week of July, second week of July for June. Then after a while, they now trimmed it down. They worked at it. And then towards when I left, you get your salary on the 28th day, 29th day, unless it's a weekend. Say, let's say 26th is Friday, and you're supposed to get paid on 27, 28. So 27, 28 are Saturday, Sunday. Then you now get paid 29th or 30th, Monday or Tuesday. But still, it could not pay my children's school fees. It could not pay my bills. So what did I do? I started serving another master, Mammon. And Mammon, once you start to focus on money, you lose your calling. And then it got to a point where I was torn between the devil and the deep blue sea. It's either I join my pastors in selling their... No, see, Pastor Lazarus, they say they charge $150 to teach ministry school. $150. So is it that I start that the Freeze ministry where we will teach you read Bible, not this, because I don't believe any of them have a clue about scripture. Not that they don't know. I don't think they have a clue. They don't know where to start from. So I can imagine if Daddy Freeze, if I gather Simply Vic and we put a team together and say, you know what, we want to start teaching scripture. Well, they charge like $200 minimum per person. I don't know if I'm making sense to you. So I now got torn. What do I do? Do I do the same things I'm fighting these people for? I said tithe is not good. Am I going to start collecting seeds and offering? Am I going to start doing prayer and speaking in tongues session after I've told you that Pentecostal tongues are nonsense? How am I going to sustain? So if I face the ministry and said, you know what, I want to be doing ministry work, I will end up like your pastors. The same thing I'm criticizing them is just that I will be a branch of the same problem. When you come to the Free Nation, there is nothing they do in Pentecostalism that we do. Nothing. We don't pray like Pentecostals. Our prayer meetings are not like Pentecostal prayer meetings. Our prayer meetings, we get 30 people. 30. We've not had 30 in a while. 22, 23. There are people here that join us. Meanwhile, Hallelujah Challenge wants to do prayer meeting. You see 300,000 people. Because I refused to sell you a doctrine That my conscience, I will make money, but I will not sleep at night. I've sold out everything. So the only other option I had was to come and start using my channel. They say that the freeze, Nathaniel Bassey does not monetize his channel. Why do you monetize yours? I don't monetize the gospel. Just look how many people are watching. I'm preaching now, it's 212 people. Ordinary Annie DBI yesterday, we had double this crowd. I had 600 people watching me on YouTube where it's paid. Another like 600 watching on Facebook where now there's only 73 people watching on Facebook. So I don't monetize the gospel. What I monetize is the gist, my skits, my little snippets. So I was torn because it's two devils. Daddy Freeze, you are going to come and be gossiping. Hello, Chichi Obama. Oh, Daddy Freeze, you are going to just come and be gossiping. Or is it that I sell gossip or I sell the gospel? The two of them are goss. So I was torn in between the sell goss. That's what I called it back then. Is it that I sell gossip or I sell gospel? Please, guys, which one should I sell? The dilemma is still on till today because I have a family to feed. If I sell the gospel, I'll make more money than the gossip. I'll have to abandon the gossip and then I have to come and act like your Pentecostal pastors. And come and start preaching all those things, and at the end of the day, when I go pay tithe, when I go pay money, when I go pay all those things. So I thought about it and I said, it's the lesser of two evils. It's not good to gossip. It's not good to engage in loose talk. The Bible does speak about it, and I'm not going to say it doesn't. But see, all of you that are saying sell both, I can't sell the gospel. And when I read Paul's story, Paul said instead of him to preach the gospel, to put money on the gospel, that let him buy. As much as I disagree with many of Paul's doctrines, that's one thing I look up to him for. Paul doesn't sell or didn't sell the gospel. So I said, you know what? I'll sell the gossip. It's the only thing I know how to do, the gist. And it's not like I like to sell gossip. The thing is, you like to hear gossip. If you ask me what I want to come and talk about aviation. If you ask me what I want to talk about, I want to come and talk about quantum mechanics. I want to come and talk about astrology. I want to come and talk about Bible. Those are the things. But how many people want to hear those things? Is who is Tiwa Savage sleeping with? That's what they want to hear. So it's not like I want to sell the gospel. It is the gospel is what is selling. Sorry, I don't want to sell the gossip. It's the gossip that is selling. That's what the brains of our people can comprehend. I don't know whether it's the stress that is too much or the sun is beating their head too much. How can you say we disagree? I disagree with 90% of Paul's doctrine. Paul made a lot of errors. If you follow the Free Nation a lot, and if you follow proper biblical scholarship, you will understand that Christianity is separate from Pauline doctrines. There are many things Christ did not send Paul. There are many things the church did not send Paul that Paul sent himself. And you find evidence full in the Bible. And one of the places where you find the contradictions are Acts chapter 15 and Acts chapter 21, where Paul was preaching another thing and the church told him to preach another thing. And they still warned him in 21. They said, we told you. What is this that we are hearing? So the church sent Paul to go and tell them something, and Paul went to tell them something else. So Paul had those problems, don't get me wrong. So if you start to understand Christianity and start to understand Pauline Christianity, much of what you practice in the Pentecostal church is Pauline. It's not properly structured in scripture. So, but Paul had his many shortcomings. You know, when you talk a lot, you make a lot of mistakes and you lie a lot too. And Paul was a politician. Paul, one of his famous statements is, when you are with the Jews, you act like a Jew, and when you are with the Gentiles, you act like a Gentile. Simply Vic said Paul didn't make an error. He was just more Roman than he was a Jew. Well, many angles to look at it. So I thought about it and I was like, you know what? The people want a service, I'm going to give them the service. And my conscience will be clear. Even if gossiping is not nice, at least my heart, they clear, say, I know they sell gospel. Someone said, you have started preaching again. So why not ask people to support the gospel after preaching and use the money to help humanity? When you have never run church before in your life, you will be talking like this and it will be sounding like it's making sense to you. We want to go and feed the poor. Last week Sunday, I made the announcement. I announced that we need 2 million naira. 100,000 naira was what came in. Only one person sent 100,000 naira. The only way you can make money from the gospel is if you lie. You can never preach the truth and make money. So open your head now, so I don't have to knock sense into it. Midday or whatever you call yourself. The only way you can make money through the gospel is if you lie. If I come here now and see a vision and I arrange it with Simply Vic and say there's somebody here who a stranger is going to pay 1,000 pounds into your account, I can see that person in London, and Simply Vic comes 3 days later and gives testimony. Then I use Natural Gambia 2 days later. I use Remy 4 days later. Then I use Chichi Obama 5 days later. The next time I come and pray, I say there's somebody who's going to get some money into their account. I want you to tap into this. I want you to sow a dangerous seed. I will make money. That's how they make money in the gospel. Through lies. Through coercion. Through a reward-based system. Give me your tithe and I will bless you. Or a stick system. Don't pay tithe and you will enter problem. Since I've started preaching. Oh yeah, everybody, let's raise money. Let's see how much they will raise. I cannot raise... What is 100,000 naira? How do you help humanity with 100,000 naira? Make it make sense. How do you help humanity with 100,000 naira? How? When I was preaching the truth, Jigga Collins once raised money for me. That time I didn't have any money. I was struggling. Jigga Collins is here. They were able to raise, I think, about $2,000. So make Daddy Freeze hold this one. Make I pay for internet. Make I pay. Those days you don't know how bad things were. If I dey preach and lights go like this, the internet go just shut down. No matter where I am in the preaching, the internet will shut down. Everywhere will shut down. Now Jigga know now. Now Jigga go remember that period. so inside the $2,000, we no reach me chop because I get 4 children. What am I supposed to go do? Rent out my Lekki house and move to Ikorodu so that I can give to humanity. And let me tell you what the humanity will say. All the people we helped that time, where are they today? How many people did we help 7 years ago that today have come and said, Daddy Freeze, 7 years ago, you paid my school fees. Daddy Freeze, 7 years ago, you gave me feeding money. Daddy Freeze, 7 years ago, you opened a business for me. And we did all those things. How many of them have come back today to say, Daddy Freeze, because you helped me 7 years ago, I don't want to give you anything, but I want to give 3 people monthly allowance so that they can be okay. 3 people. So I'm going to give Jiga, Simply Vic, and Chichi Obama. Every month I want to be giving them 20,000 naira. The only person that's ever done that is Samuel, the blind boy that plays music in Abuja. He's the only. One day he called me. He said, Daddy Freeze, I want to give you a gift. I said, Samuel, you? He gave me 100,000 naira. He's the only person I've ever. And Shupo. Brother Shupo. How? Jiga! Check your WhatsApp. I want to send you something. I think I already sent it to Simply Vic. Jiga, are you with your WhatsApp? I want to send you something. Jiga Collins and I, and the original Free Nation members, I don't send them to you, check your WhatsApp. We were running the Free Nation. Tastebud's father's funeral was 2019. Jiga, when did you join Free Nation? When did we, that time that we're doing Free Nation together, what year was that? I think it was 2017. I'm not sure. Let him answer. (2017) or 2018. I've sent you this message before already. What year were you and I doing Free Nation? What year was that? Was it 27 when we first started? Just answer that. 2017. God bless you. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. We're in 2025. 8 years. This is the 8th year. That person has been asking me for money for 8 years. Every year is a new story. Every year, as in I just see this was how we used to get those messages those days. Those days was more money, 200k, 100k. That time of Evelyn was in charge of Free Nation charity. We used to quarrel a lot. Everything ended with quarrel, but I cannot lie. The contribution that Evelyn did to Free Nation charity, we've still not been able to do it till today. Because those days we have a charity. The charity will be running up to 500k. We've raised in the church 400k. Evelyn will top it up with 100k from her money. I've not spoken to her in years because we ended with fight. But I must give her credit. And Irene put me on a monthly salary of $300 or $200 or $400. I know it was between $200 and $400. I can't remember exactly. And she paid me that salary for a year. Today, to the glory of God, Irene does not need to pay me salary. When she did, it was wonderful and it was useful. But imagine I still needed, so okay, I moved from Irene and now moved to Simply Vic. So Simply Vic is the one paying me salary now. Then I moved from Simply Vic to Chichi Obama. Chichi Obama is the one paying me salary now. Irene paid me salary for 1 year. And I know how far that went solving my daily needs. 1 year, 12 months. Even after we fought, she said, you know what, even though me and you are not talking, I made this commitment and I will make sure I see this commitment to the end. Would it still make sense? I remember when I was going to Canada in 2019, my mom was the one that bought my ticket. Irene paid for my hotel in Canada. Sorted it all out. I just got to Canada, showed up at the hotel. Irene paid for a whole, for 4-5 days. I think I was there for 5 days. Paid for everything. Would it still make sense if I still needed? Of course, people can pay my hotel bill. Of course. Do you understand? Sometimes I come to London and I check into a hotel and PT will just call me and say, no, you can't stay there. Oh yeah, come and stay in one of our West End hotels. Then he will book me into one of those 1,000, 2,000 pound a night hotels. I'm always grateful for things like that. But at least I should be, if I go abroad, I should be able to have, that time I didn't have hotel money. I was living from hand to mouth. If 7 years later, I was still living from hand to mouth, will you listen to my message? I'm asking you, if I was still living from hand to mouth, would you listen to my message? You got calling and said, that brother is still asking for support. 100%. Till tomorrow. Support is for a period. Support is for a period. So you can pick up the pieces. And that's why I went into running my own stuff. So that I can still go and buy a Cartier watch. And I know that the church is not suffering for it. Yes, the church is suffering for it because the time I'm supposed to use to teach the message, I'm using it to play around on the internet to raise money. Because people love the gossip. So, 2 ways is that I sell a product that I came to fight. Christ came and scattered the temple. I'm hungry. My belly don't begin to pain me. Make a call on Marami, she bring my food. So it's either Christ went into the temple and scattered the table of the money changers. How you have felt if 1 year later you went back to that same temple and you saw Christ there, into don't go get your own table, into the do money changer work. Bring my food now. Did I not tell you? Who is this? Where is Amara? Okay, just shout. I told your mom to bring me the food in 30 minutes. My stomach is paining me, so I'm getting cranky. So, where was I? Sorry. Belle don't begin to pain me. I never chopped since morning. So, this one is saying, please help me, sir. By rapture. Now they spoil. there's food. There's a 4 for me, but I said they should bring it 30 minutes so that I can get into the message because I've been doing so much things. So imagine that Christ went into the temple and flogged all the money changers and drove them out. John chapter 2. And then that same Christ went back to that same temple and he said, don't put table. How you feel? That's what it will mean. If I sell the God, if I preach, and I ask you to give me money, if I preach the truth, I can't get, now those coins. I don't preach message before one person shout, say, Daddy Freeze, this message is so touching. Send me your account. Send me account. The guy sent me 7,500 naira. The only way I can make money is if I collect tithe. And the only way I can collect your tithe is if I manipulate your brain. Because it's not just pay your tithe. Well, if you want to pay it, pay it. If you don't pay it, you're going to go to hell. Demons are going to torment you. You're going to start losing your children. Then you will pay. Or I tied to a blessing. Simply Vic paid his tithe. And he got a job that is 10 times bigger than the job he was doing before. Chichi Obama paid her tithe. And she built a bigger house. That is the only way to make money off the church. Come in the morning and do rabba. Somebody's healing. I see your healing. Oh, your name is starting with C. You live in Houston, Texas. Oh, you live in Newcastle. Your wife's name is your daughter's name is Victoria. Yes, I see progress coming your way. I see progress coming your way. I see increase. Rabba shedede baba. I see increase. Oh, you live in France. I see you. You're a Nigerian man. You are into minerals and statues. I see increase coming your way. Do you know how easy it is to do? Let me tell you how it works. I'm praying. I have a whole team that is scrolling. If you know how these people work, I have a whole team that is like, for instance, now, let me use Tasteboard's account. Let's imagine Tasteboard is my staff. Coming. Where is my food? Bring it now. Didn't Daniela tell you? Please help me ensure, my darling. Oh, I don't know what you are doing. Where is my back scratcher? Okay. Okay, come and help me get ice. Is she almost done? What is there for? So she's just bringing it. Okay, just bring me ice and water. Let me tell you how they work, how your pastors work, because you don't have an idea. So this is Tasteboard's account. You understand? So let's imagine Tasteboard is my staff, and right now I'm live. So I have this like Tasteboard, like 5 of them. So Tasteboard's from her account. I'm watching my live from her account. Of them. So as Tasteboard is watching, she can see Eko Abiola. She can see Eko Abiola. So what Tasteboard does is she just quickly goes to Eko Abiola's page. If the page is locked, she moves to the next page. She goes to Eko Abiola and starts checking her page, her pictures. And then I'm checking Eko Abiola's pictures. I'm checking. These guys are fast. They're not slow like me, like this. Then I can see that from her profile, she lives in London. You understand? It's there in her profile. So I'm checking through. I've established one fact. She lives in London. Then I'm checking. Then I see she has a friend. Shout out to my lovely friend, Gladys Slasila. Then I go to Gladys' page and I realize Gladys is married. She's a business CEO. So here's how the prophecy works. There's a woman listening to me in London. In the city of London, she lives in London. She has a friend. It's prophecies for her friend. Her friend is married. Her friend is a CEO. Tell her friend to pray to avert loss. Eko Abiola will just start to cry. He's talking about me. Pastor, preach. Pastor Freeze, preach. Then as I'm talking, I see Jigga Collins typing. I quickly go and check Jigga Collins. These are the boys. I think they're going to show them placard. Baba, if you know how this people they run, they're going to show them placard. They just go check Jigga Collins, entrepreneur. He sees that he has a lot of religion on his page. The Coke is in the fridge. Help me pour it. Sees that no. This one will not work. So Belinda Oju. Yes. Belinda. Like 5 people they walk at the same time. So anyone with jam, don't jam be that. And they have thousands of people watching. It's not just me. They type Belinda Oju. Lawyer. This one they like. Lawyer in HR. Then I go to her page. So I already don't establish she's a lawyer. She works in HR. Under the auspices of Belinda is your 4 foundation. She runs the foundation. And she was recently in, this looks like Paris. Oro shebadodo boraba shabarababa. Olo shisanusi. Olo shoalen. Rebete rabataske. There's a woman listening to me. You're a lawyer. Oh, you're a lawyer. Rabo cheba rage cheba. You're a lawyer. You were in France recently. My spirit is seeing somewhere around you, there's a lot of water around you. It looks like Venice or France or I don't know, one of those places. I may be wrong, but the spirit is showing me water. You are a consultant. You work for many companies and you like giving away. You have a foundation. But you are crying every night because you don't have a husband. Rabo standa baragen shebigi. Rabantiro bata barapo robosho ragabacha. The Lord is telling you, touch the phone screen right now. Touch the phone screen right now. And as you're touching the phone screen right now, the parts of your body that are rejecting men, the Lord is cleansing them. Oh, the Lord is cleansing you. Oh, this woman, this lawyer woman, the Lord, I don't know where you are listening to me from, but the Lord is cleansing you. As you receive this anointing, tie it with a seed. Tie this anointing with a seed. Tie this anointing with a seed. Tie this anointing with a seed. Rabbantaraba shengerebe shongorobo tondarabasha. Now, first of all, Belinda already believes. She can't believe this is me. He's talking to me. He's talking to me. Oh my God. Boom. That's how it works. So you think they are seeing vision. You think then they are prophesying back to, listen, if you have 20,000 people listening to you, there is a woman whose child is sick. And you can time the sickness and person when Peking get autism, go believe saying Peking is sick. Inside these 200 people, let me tell you generic prophecy. Somebody here is being crushed by the loan that you took. You took a loan to build your house or to pay your mortgage, and the loan is choking you. The loan is not allowing, about, I guarantee that up to 10 to 20 people inside this small congregation that we have here who are going through that right now. Another very good one, marriage crisis. Your marriage is heading nowhere. Your marriage is in trouble. You have prayed. You have cried in the midnight hour to the Lord your God, but you have not seen any result. Everything in your life seems like it's working, but your marriage is tearing you down. You will get results. Kneel down wherever you are right now and pray this prayer with me. Father, lift the burden of my debt. Lift the burden of my debts. Father, Lord, this my marriage will not end. I will not be disgraced by the enemy. The person trying to scatter my marriage, let your fiery arrows hit that person wherever they are. So, as they are giving you the calculated prophecy, they are giving you the generic prophecy where will cover everybody. There's somebody listening to me that has a boil. This boil has been disturbing you. You are worried about it. Your healing is now. Your healing is now. Let me bring Chichi Obama. Let her come and gist with you while I eat. The message is still long. I go continue with her. Chichi, can you help me so that I can eat? I never chopped since morning. And they don't come serve me very good food. Clara, are you there? Somebody say, how do I know? Do you know how many people that work for pastors, when them and the pastor fight, they can't call me for back, say they want to talk their story. Now me, they beg them, want to say me they not disgrace the pastor. Including some pastors' girlfriends and including some pastors' boyfriends. Some of those pastors will like a gigi. Now many people don't reach me for back. When I mean they tell them, say, no, leave it. Titi help me talk to them, make I wash hand, make I chop. I just need you for 10 minutes. The message continues. Where we are going today with the message?
I don't know what to say. Somebody come and help me, I beg go. You know me, I like to laugh, so I don't know. Everybody have been in that shoes now. If I tell them my story, when I was growing up, so we went to that time, I don't know who remember Zoe Ministry those days. So I went to Zoe Ministry. That they don't have an open space like this. Open space. I can't go. I had this long, I'm very light in complexion, like very, very light.
Yes! Chichi, you sabi this one. Hey!
I'm very light, so I'm telling you, if you see me real light. So, I had this long, this gold braid like this. When you're light and you have gold braid, you look like you're one heavy mommy water like this. That kind. That's what they think.
Make una come chop.
They do what they call
dry fish.
What they offering now? Everybody they carry offering, they waka. One pastor just and I just did the hair. Oh Jesus! You know how painful it is when you just did your braids. The thing in pain. I never even passed through the pain. I was like, okay. The pastor just yanked the hair from back like this. Pull me down. Like from the back. I was like, what is this? I had this mini skirt, young girl looking nice. Pulled my hair down. Give me that ring now in the name of Jesus. I want that ring. So out of anger, I was like, what ring? So as I answered them, they were hands. As I answered them, what do you ring? They're gonna, now they're using that my response against me. Like if the more I'm saying something, the more like in the name of Jesus, the devil is. I just say, what is wrong with you people? What ring? They say everybody can't surround the whole place. They can't live with it. They do. Now me, everybody come for me. Then beat stupid bastard. Then beat me, eh? Oh Jesus. Then they slap me. Make I bring ring. The ring within my hand, they come out. Say I get more. I should bring it for whatever it is. They are losing me from. My goodness. Ever since then, I don't ever fall for that thing again. Stop. Oh, I went home crying. The whole we used to live in Festac. Everybody gonna look me. You know how Festac is a very small. Everybody be looking at me like one witch or one devil. I don't know that girl with the Omo ring for your hand. I was like, what the hell? No, that's my own little story. The thing was so annoying, eh?
Quickly. Chichi, I love this your story.
They beat me. I don't go forget to. I don't know who they live for first at that time. They know me. They beat. Oh Jesus.
What in your parents can't talk?
Before we know now open place now. Before I go house, come back. They don't clear the place. We don't know where they come from. Zoe ministry that time they used to do their convention, their whatever in open areas like this. They would just carry. They don't get.
Amara Horio.
They don't have any like stand-alone chair where you can say, okay, let me go. So they usually just go to.
So you just they pass your own, they go.
I know, but I actually attended the thing. So as they see me now, like your lights in complaint, you have that hair. I had that hair, and I was wearing. I can remember like yesterday. I had this short white dress.
I want in your Samaria Bob dressing.
They see me. They say, "I weak." They beat. Oh Jesus! They beat me like tomorrow no day. Then my papa will come go there, go look for them. As we go reach them, they don't see anybody. Everybody don't took anybody. People say they run away. It's just that we couldn't find them. We don't know where to locate them. My friend will carry me go now. How you take me? Say that somebody invite her. Invites me. Okay, she's well.
My darling. I can imagine. They say now you go find trouble.
Now me go find trouble. They beats me. I be one pastor that I know will mention the church. My friend for school for uni. She will know, I will mention her name. They date this pastor.
It's a lie.
Alone. I will tell you the person.
Where is she based? Is she based in the UK?
All about Lagos now. The pastor of Lagos. I know if I call the name of the church, if I call the area, I say they go know the pastor. Big pastor like that. So that my friend, anytime we will be broke like we no get one, we just stand up. But we dey stand for front. Anytime we come, no be joke. We dey stand for. So the pastor they preach. God bless it. The preach not too much. Say we don't tire. We will just like say we stand up. The pastor will just end. Go just wrap up. But we need to go. They go back to. We don't live for Lagos now. But they go back to Ade, where we come from. We will just come. Like that money we can't collect too. They will give my own share. 1 naira. As they collect that money as they collect them from people like that. Wrong pool. That's what they pack them for like or long.
Ah. So no be today you don't spend tight money.
I don't chop inside. Well, me and I follow come I go do. Then the money come begin to enter my eyes. So anytime she dey go, you know that kind of thing that you don't go won't go by yourself. She go just take me go with her. We go. We go dress very modest, very nice. You don't go suspect anything. The man go even tell us say, no dress anyhow. He dey warn us new. We know they dress anyhow. We go dress very modest, like modest. She go say, he go say, no, come. We dey sit down. The boys they know us now. If we don't come like that, they just put us for front. We just sit down, quiet. They look. We know they talk. Carry some shape for eye. May go for you person. Carry some shape for eye like this. That was then, man.
Get me tissue. I think there. And they rush the food.
No rush. Take it easy, dear.
I don't want you to stress yourself. Omo, where were you people living?
That time we're still in school. I used to go. I told you I went to Adekiti, So we go from school like this. We will stay. They go don't put us for hotel. We just did it. I know they joke. Sunday, like because we need to collect the money because we got to go back to school that morning. So if the guy don't like say don't they too far. We will just get up. The guy will just drop, go tell the boys. They will just pack. Now nylon they give us the money like this. Nylon.
Is it lie?
Or long. Inside nylon, the money as it run. Sometimes you go look, I go see like that time like 800, sometimes 1K, sometimes 1.5. Because they know the counter. Because me, I don't do anything with the guy. The person you do something, they give the guy, they drop correct pay for him. Me now, nylon money, so I collect a hand,
any at all, now be winch.
At all.
So
that time I don't know say, in fact, if the pastor hear this story, he know himself. Oh no, he bad. He know himself. That was those days. No, because somebody said they confess waiting. And they tell me waiting they happen for you. They tell me that they confess.
Things they happen on come bear.
Babes, they chop on that Babes, they chop on that money. Look what I did here.
Natural Gambia say she don't faint from this story. Even me. Now when you begin, you see, once your eye open to church.
Plenty times where we don't go. We don't go where we don't broke like this. Say, no, parents no go drop.
But the girl they sleep with the pastor.
Yeah, I guess I know that, of course.
How? Are you sure?
When they drop, I cannot. That's the part I cannot. All I know is if we go, they collect nylon, come back. Me, they collect nylon. Nylon of money where they run to buy. Once you run to, come and pack it. Sorry, church nobody really close like that. We won't go because school will start Monday. So Sunday we have to clear. Now long, you don't take.
You don't take since you wake up.
I don't just a long time because that on the.
When you come marry your husband come to tell you about church. How do you guys relate?
My husband is not even. He's not into all that. He doesn't even care about all that kind of. They talk like Catholic they go. So nothing. Catholic people, they tell them anything. They know they hear.
They know they hear.
No, they know they hear. So my husband know they hear. They go Pentecostal.
But Catholic better Pentecostal, 100%.
Yeah, they hear anything. They invest my husband self for the thing now. The fact say then they stay more than 1 hour. That thing they drive them crazy. So he doesn't even.
Pentecostal church.
Anything above 1 hour.
The feast start for morning. Una go still there for night.
So the thing they vex that one. So that's why they even want to hear all those things. He's not into all those kind of. He's not that kind of.
You get luck.
I mean, they even work out and they look for where something really look for me. But since I don't open my eye, no say this thing they work. Come on. Nothing happened to me. Progress even better. Can't even do more than when you did. They will milk you. They will come carry you put for all different type of committee.
Once you get money like this, then now you that they find.
You know, come church one day, like, they go call you. Oh, sister, sister, what happened with this? I said, I take clothes and look up church. You know that kind of thing. No.
If you see the ones where I hear, say pastor will come meet you, come tell you, say, go send different people to you. A person will just come meet you, say, Angela. Sorry, my name is not Angela. But you look like Angela. No, my name is Chichi. They don't get your name.
Exactly. They go say, yeah. They will go start. They talk rubbish.
You no go no say you don't give them your name. Because they don't ask you directly.
I'm telling you. Those people know just funny. If you let them, if they will get you to the point, you will not even believe it, to be honest.
I bite myself where they rush.
Yeah, so that beat where they beat me that time, God, man, the thing pain me. Oh God. If I jump along, make this just. I don't even know them. If I, something you're not expecting, I don't know them. That's the way ministry that time.
Where are they now? Those Zoe people, where are they?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know where they are. Who know about Zoe ministry, I beg? I don't know. That time they were just going from one open space to another. I don't know.
Be like say church now, like church be like artist. This one go rain for one time.
Right. If you know him job well, he go drop, another person go pick. That's why they quick build big church to keep themselves in at all. You know, when you build that big dome now, you keep yourself in the thing will make your church popular at all times, no matter what. You just stay on top of the game.
Then a lot of them they use juju.
For them. Hold on, sharp. If they chop their money well that time.
Till now.
I don't know whether they see the drum, but those days. And the guy ugly. Oh, Jesus. The wicked kingdom don't fall.
There's a woman will lazy. Now her quick go hear him. And they say man we war. Now in bank account go hear him.
I tell you.
So once woman lazy like this, her quick go suffer. They go knock am tire. Because she not ready work.
Right.
And man, we war. In bank account go suffer well. I'm back. Like I sip my Coke.
Oh, really? They said Anose is in the US now, not in the best of health. You see,
who is Anose? I don't know him.
Anose is the owner, the actual owner of that church, the Zoe Ministry. See, if you don't know Zoe Ministry.
Never heard of them.
Really? Oh.
Or maybe I heard of them from far. You don't say na Ibadan, me I grow, so I'm not sure say they're powerful.
Oh, okay, that's why. That's why. They rain for Lagos that time, I get it. That's the demand they travel come America, They show himself when I went to the US, this, that. After when America be all that. Now. You go US like this, they'll think you fly from like words.
Jen!
It's It's so bad. So the answer is so Islam. Islam, he can't heal himself for not the healing ministry. So it was big, oh. That time he was, but they didn't have a. Did they have a standalone church? I didn't think they had any church like standalone, no, because they were just hopping from one open space to another those days. I didn't know they just hopping. You know that time that social media no day. It's a social media day now. They for day online. You understand? I didn't mean they had social media. Then for day online, but we didn't have social media, so they were just going from one city to another. First start, they have their place, Ikeja. Every area they have where they will do their open space. This thing.
Please come.
They do more of crusades. They were they on TV. I don't think they were on TV. Oh. But the man preaches on TV every now and then. He does, the main guy. But the church, they were literally everywhere.
So I'm back, Chichi Obama, for this thing that you did for me. And God will bless you. If not, I for no fit chop. And if I go come back, everybody go leave. Yeah. So I thank you so much.
My story makes sense now. You know, Trem, Zoe, Bethel, not them they rain that side. That was like in the 90s, yes.
Okay. So Chichi, just help me mute your mic. Don't go. I like the way you are looking like this. I know you want to go to the comment section, but just stay. Or if you want to go, go, but I would rather you stay. So, just before they brought my food, can anybody remember where I was? Mute, you don't mute.
Where the lady, the CEO, or the CEO lady?
Which one?
Talking about, you're saying that the person was a CEO.
Believe, yes, I was praying the way they prayed. Is their
right. Yeah.
So you go think say that they see future, you go think say that they see some. Meanwhile, they check your profile, they Google you. Do you understand? There's somebody here who lives in London. There's a lady who lives in London. You are fair-skinned. You are fair-skinned. You like to travel. You need to counsel the spirit of Bai in your life. I don't tap into a person world. So like I was saying, for me to make money from the gospel, I can't come and teach you the truth about Christ's message, because how much money did Christ make? I can't come and teach you what Paul taught, because how much money did Paul make? Let me break this down to you here. Just like gossip is what the people want to hear, and they will pay for it, is the same way the gospel that people want to hear that they will pay for is not the truth. And I want us to go a little bit deeper. One of the biggest problems we have in Nigeria is selective morality. Morality in Nigeria is like an on and off switch. Morality in Nigeria is an on and off switch. It's like, I can decide. Let me give you an example. Work with me. Yesterday, I dropped a video about walking into a bank hall, and one of the tellers was wearing a Patek Philippe in gold. You see, this is Cartier. If you see gold, it has the color of gold and it looks like gold. It is gold. Anything that, if it is a screw on a Hublot or a Cartier or a Jagerlekut or a Rolex, and it is gold, it is gold. They never gold plate. So I'm seeing somebody wearing a Patek Philippe that is gold. And then I'm looking at the guy and I'm like, bro, this watch cannot be real because you can't afford it. The cheapest of that watch is 100 and I was even estimating it at 150K. We searched for years, the cheapest we found was $164,000. $164,000 like 250 million naira. So you get 250 million naira for hand and you dey work for bank as teller. Make it make sense to me. And then people came after me. Is it your fake? You can do fake. You can like, and here's my problem. T.G. Omori, the producer, is looking for kidney right now because he bought fake drink. Do you know how many accidents? Do you know how many accidents are caused because they bought fake brake pad or fake brake oil? Make it make sense to me. So people are now attacking me. I just want you I'm going somewhere with this. So people now come to my DM and they are now attacking me. Daddy Freeze, what are you talking about? Yes, fake drinks are bad because they buy people. But then there's nothing wrong in fake clothes, and it's what we can afford, is what we like. So Chichi Obama, I want you to work with me. Please, I need your mic. Do you have another phone?
I do, but it's not charged. See, I've been using it. No, I have this.
Do you have a computer or anything near you that you can use to Google?
Yeah, I can Google.
Not on your phone, no, because it will remove you.
Yeah, wait.
Okay, Google LVMH. Brands under LVMH. Just Google brands
under LVMH.
Under LVMH.
Brands under
LVMH.
LVMH.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've seen it. Is it 2024 or where? Just brand.
Then you can do 2024.
Moet, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton.
Okay, so the same company that owns Hennessy owns Louis Vuitton.
Ooh.
Continue reading.
Moet, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton owns a wide array of luxury brands across various sectors, including fashion, leather goods, perfume, cosmetics, watches, jewelry, and wine and spirits, with notable names like Louis Vuitton, Dior, Gucci, Givenchy, Fendi, Tiffany and Company, Moet and Chandon, and Sephora.
So, according to the standards of a Nigerian, they say if you do fake drink, it's very bad, you should go to jail. But the company that owns the fake drink is the same company, the company that owns the original drink is the same company that owns Louis Vuitton. So how can you logically pirate one part of their product but not the other part? How do you morally justify? Work with me. Because one of the most pirated drinks in Nigeria are Hennessy. Google most fake drinks in the world. Just put most fake drinks in the world.
While the terms most fake drink can refer to mocktails or non-alcoholic beverages.
Sorry, not fake drinks, counterfeit drinks. When you say fake, they will now start. Counterfeit is the word. I'm sorry.
All right, that's fine.
I want us to work together today.
Okay.
Hello, everyone on Facebook. I have 200 and something people watching on Facebook. This is rare. Facebook people know they come out like this, won't watch me. I have the least people on YouTube.
Most counterfeit drinks in the world. Is that what you want me to
Yes,
do?
most counterfeit drinks in the world. Country. Just put a country so that we can know which country they make them.
Okay, should I? What country do you want me to put? Because
just put country. Just type it. Okay, search it like this.
Okay.
Most counterfeit drinks in the world. Country. Make it give us one country. Let me also search it here. Most counterfeit drinks in the world. Country.
It's not giving me any. I need to see. You see what it's giving?
What? Okay, let me try. Counterfeit drinks.
Let's narrow it down some better.
Okay, so write counterfeit drinks. Counterfeit alcohol. Yes, counterfeit alcohol.
Because when you say drinks, it takes it to a lot of.
Yeah, counterfeit alcohol. Worst country.
Alcohol. In the world, Abby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see what I see why it's difficult to pinpoint a single country with the most counterfeit. China and Russia are known for significant issue with counterfeit alcohol, while China facing an epidemic of counterfeit wine and Russia having a large internet trade in counterfeit spirits.
All right, stop. So which country has the most counterfeit alcohol in the world?
China.
Now, counterfeit designers.
Counterfeit designers. Okay, let me change it.
Country. Which country has the worst counterfeit designer problem?
Okay, let's see. Designers. In the world. There we go. Oh. China is widely considered the leading country for the production and export of counterfeit goods.
Stop. Okay, continue.
Including designer products with an estimate of 80% of the world counterfeit originating there.
Okay. So stop now. So can I say, Chichi, that the people who are doing the counterfeit designers are the same people who are doing the counterfeit drinks?
Yes. Of course now.
Good. So we now come to a moral paradox where it is okay to wear fake LV, but not okay to drink fake Moe.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, let's come home.
Okay. That's been selectively okay.
It's selective, yes. We are choosing our devil. They line up 5 devils. You pick one, say this one is bad. The other 3 are still devil. Are before. Work with me. You say, well, when you wear a fake Cartier or a fake Rolex, it doesn't hurt anybody. Right? Just the same way when you watch a fake movie from an illegal site, it doesn't hurt anybody. And it will not hurt anybody until you produce your own movie. And then you invested 100 million. You sold 500 million, but what entered your pocket was 70 million. Then you start crying up and down that counterfeits do not want to. You see, you cannot pick and choose your devils. I don't know if I mean, you see, and that is how religion has made us think. Everybody came against me. Because, first things first, Let me give you an example now. If Simply Vic, for instance, Chichi Obama, stay in one place. You are moving like this. You are making me dizzy. That's fine. Don't be angry, please. I know I said you should stay. Don't be angry. Imagine somebody like Simply Vic. He has an original Omega. Then he goes to the Rolex shop. And the Rolex, and says he wants to buy a Rolex and nobody sells to him. So he just goes and buys a fake one. He buys a fake stainless steel Rolex. Simply Vic can actually afford a stainless steel Rolex. So he's not living a life he cannot afford. He just doesn't want to waste his money. You understand? Or he feels he's not justifying the expenditure on an original product. That is one set of people who wear fake. They have the money to buy the original. They live the lifestyle of the original, but they think it is too much waste to buy the original. That's one set. Then there are those who cannot afford the original, but buy the fake to do two things. One, give them an image of what they are not. And two, patronize these same people that are killing your children with fake drinks. So Simply Vic is only doing one of the two evils. He's patronizing counterfeiters, but he's not trying to sell a narrative of what he's not. The other bank guy is doing two things. Bro, you can't afford a $160,000 watch. If you could, you will probably be abroad doing your masters. You will not be entering bus or driving Uber Corolla. So you are doing two things. You are trying to project a life that you are not, while patronizing the people that are buying a lot of us. And then that brings us to the bi-conditional reasoning or logic. What is bi-conditional logic? P is equal to Q is equal to P. P has some set of truths and Q has some set of truths. For Q to exist, it must have the set of truths P has. Let me give you an example. For instance, if you have a multi-sided object, for it to be a square, it can only be a square if and only if it has four sides. So when you use logic, a square cannot have 7 sides. A square cannot have 3 sides. So for you to have a square, it must have 4 sides. That's logic. In religion, you have squares that have 11 sides. Because the basis of the relationship between P and Q are not based on logic. Because if we were to have a biconditional logical approach, counterfeiting is bad. All counterfeit products are bad. But when you say counterfeiting is bad, but then it is now okay to wear fake LV, it's okay to wear fake Gucci, it's okay to wear fake Patek, but it is not okay to manufacture fake drinks because that one go buy you. Then you have a biconditional logic without the logic. And that's how religion works. Religion works by creating a biconditional logic without the logic. So things start to make logical sense, but they have no logic. My pastor is a man of God. Men of God don't lie. So you are listening to your pastor lie, but because you have this biconditional logic that men of God don't lie and my pastor is a man of God, now you have created a paradox. You have equated your pastor with a man of God, and you have equated with a man of God with truth. So even when your pastor is lying, because you have this biconditional reasoning in your head that makes your pastor lie proof, he can't lie. You have elevated a human to the status of a god inside your mind. Now here's where the danger is. Sorry, my battery on TikTok is going now, so let me just plug them in so they can listen to me a bit. My volume will drop a little because I've moved the mic to TikTok. May they just get. So let us now talk about your mind, because this paradox, this biconditional logic in your mind that is bereft of logic was created by your mind. Let me tell you how deep this is. Go to people in the village and go and ask them about the concept of God. If they don't have the concept of God, they have a concept of good and a concept of evil. Tell them to show you diagrams of what they consider good and what they consider evil. Their diagrams will look like them. You will see people that have tribal marks. Their gods have tribal marks. Indians, they have dots in the middle of their head. Their elephant god has dots in the middle of his head. I'm trying to show you the role of logic in religious belief. Religious belief puts logic not only in its correctness of reasoning, but also in the semantic interplay of appearance of truth. I want to break this down to you in such a way that you can understand it, because today I want to teach you about the power of your mind and how your mind can make you succeed and how your mind can make you fail. Please work with me, I beg you. This is not the most exciting of conversations, but I need you to work with me. So, remember, biconditional is logic. For a square must have 4 sides. There's no way in the world it cannot have 3 sides and it cannot have 5 sides. It must have exactly 4 equal sides. So your pastor must be a man of God, and a man of God must be speaking the truth. Logic. But now you are faced with a pastor who has said something that is a lie. But because you have established a biconditional logic in your mind about your pastor, whether even you are hearing the lie, it is not shaking the foundation that your pastor is a man of God and men of God don't lie. So what it is doing is it's jumping over. It's like when you buy a car and then you rev it, like the newer Ferraris, they don't have nice sound because they don't put many muffler, catalytic converter to meet standards. So what people do is they bypass the catalytic converter. So they have a switch where the exhaust goes from here, jumps the catalytic converter through a pipe and comes here. So you now hear the raw sound. But when they go where police did, they go switch them off. So they'll now be passing. So the car will now go from then go quiet. So your brain now has a natural bypass mechanism where it bypasses knowledge in your subconscious. Sorry, where it bypasses logic in your subconscious because of a biconditional clause that you have established in your subconscious. How does this affect your day-to-day life? You have established a biconditional logical clause in your head that tithing is biblical and tithing works. You've established it because your pastors preached tithing to you from the Bible. And they preached that tithing works. And it has become a logical conclusion. Your P is equal to Q and your Q is back to equal to P. And it is there in your subconscious. Here's the danger. Your subconscious controls you. I'm not talking about spirituality here. I'm not talking about your soul, your brain, your mind, your subconscious. There are many things. Let me give you an example. Have you ever eaten something that you really liked when you were sick and it tasted so horrible that you never ate that thing again? So when your mind sees, let's say it is, for taste buds, it was Milo. When she was young, she drank Milo when she was sick, or she drank a chocolate beverage. And till today, she has not drank it again. She used to like it before. But just because you took it when you was sick and your mouth was funny.
Like me, when I was pregnant for my son, I ate hamburger. Oh Jesus! As soon as I had that boy, he's 20 now. Since 20 years from now, I stopped eating hamburger. I never ate it again. Never.
Why? Because your brain has associated with it with something unpleasant.
Very.
Did you ever sit down one day and say, I have to stop eating hamburger? You never consciously made, there are things that you've consciously done. This Daddy Free is not a nice guy. If I talk to him, he will share my secrets. I will not talk to Daddy Freeze again. That's a conscious, right? I'm talking about things that you did not make a conscious, you just find that you don't do them again. For me, it's agbalumo. I ate agbalumo so much as a child. Then one day, I just saw it and it reminded me of the sourness. The last time I put agbalumo in my mouth was maybe 30 years ago. When I was small, I will squeeze it. That yellow water that comes, I will first suck. See, that one does not come out again. Then I will now suck all the seeds. Then I will now eat all the flesh. If I tell you till today that in 30 years, that thing I used to chop as a child, that they fit carry agbalumo sell me. Because my mind just associated. I never had a conscious effort of, you know what? There are things for instance, I just noticed that, I did drink gone. So I used to drink 2-3 bottles of beer a day. I'm 40. That time I was like 48. I say, okay. Since I like to drink this beer and I know if I stop myself to drink this beer, I will only drink it on weekends. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. From Monday like this, no more beer. That is a conscious move. This guy where I give my money, run with my money. I will not give him my money again. Conscious. But you'll be amazed that 90% of the things you do are not controlled by conscious decisions. They are controlled by unconscious decisions. Some of them never happen to you. I've always wanted to own a motorbike. Anytime I see my friends that have motorbikes, I ride. In the university, I bought a motorbike. Baba, my mama no let me enjoy am. Because one of her aunties' son buy on top motorbike. And that one tell her, say, she no allow me ride motorbike. Now so I no agree ride motorbike for my life. Oh. Even now, my subconscious associates motorbikes with fear. But I love bikes so much. So I said I was going, I'm not going to get money. I said I was going to buy the latest R1, cost about $20,000. And just put it down, be riding it around my estate. I shall know say I know if you buy myself inside estate. I shall know say if I dey ride bike inside my estate, I know if you run to the point where I go wound myself. So this was transferred trauma from my parents to me. Now, let's talk about how your subconscious works. And this is why it is so dangerous. Because, let's use your iPhone for instance. You are playing a game. Has your email stopped working? What phone do you use, Chichi?
iPhone 16.
Okay, I have that too. This is the one I'm using to shine light here.
I have iPhone 13 too.
I have 16, 15, 13, 14, 12, all of them. They're all here that I'm using.
I only have two, 13 and 16.
So, in your iPhone 16, do you have any games? Do you ever play games?
No, not a game person.
Okay, what do you do on your phone? Let's say you go on Instagram.
Right.
If you are watching Daddy Freeze on Instagram, are your text messages still coming in?
Yeah.
Are your emails still coming in?
Yes.
You are not actively searching for text. You are not actively searching for email. But your emails are still updating, even though you are not. That's how your subconscious works. In my conscious mind, I am talking to Chichi Obama. There are few things I'm thinking about. But because of all my experiences in life, all my fears, all my strengths, all my predilections, if snake enter this room under that door, my mind will see it and my mind will process it as, yeah, that's something dangerous. Even though I'm not focusing on the snake, my mind is processing it. If taste buds entered and threw me a bundle of $100 bills, my mind will quickly process, that's a good thing, that's money. Now, how does this work in your everyday life? So let's go back to tithing. You believe tithing is good because you have created a P is equal to Q, Q is equal to P equation in your head. Tithing is from the Bible, and tithing works. It is not an equation, but you have created it in your head.
Right.
Here's now the danger. Let's imagine this month you pay your tithe. Your mind is unconsciously, because it has associated tithe with success, your mind will continuously draw you to successful things.
Yes.
Now, the moment you don't pay your tithe, you have not told your mind anything. You have not said, I want to be success. I want to fail this month.
Yeah.
Your mind is going to, number one, start calculating unsuccessful things so that your P is equal to Q, Q is equal to P equation. Because your mind has to justify it. So with everything in your mind, is it that when you were young, your parents had snake? So snake is a pet. Pet is equal to snake. Pet is equal to good. Snake is equal to pet. So snake is good. You have the equation in your head. The day snake bites you, that equation is just like when you believe that, Calabar girls are good in bed. You understand? You can't meet Calabar girl. We just lie down, put leg up like cockroach with a spray insecticide. What happens is that equation is dismantled. Do you understand? But because you put religion in the foremost part of your subconscious, logic cannot dismantle religion. So, your mind has to make logic out of what is illogical. You are not dismantling that belief. Tithe is good. Tithe is biblical. Tithe works. It's there in your brain. It's an equation. So when you see somebody that tithe doesn't work, instead of your brain to correct you and say, but tithe no work for this person. What your brain now does is, your brain now looks for a way to rationalize why that person's tithe is not working. So the first thing is, your brain has to make it make sense to you. It's like you don't believe in marriage, but you have to be married. So you have to make marriage make sense. Am I making sense to you? So you now have the bypass system, that catalytic converter. You are bypassing that catalytic converter in your reasoning. Your reasoning is supposed to flow through that catalytic converter. So the engine, it makes sound. Brrr. When you reach that catalytic converter, the catalytic converter will quiet down to brrr. When you rev, go vroom, vroom. But when you bypass it, you have that raw sound of the engine. Bram, bram. Am I connecting with you? So the catalytic converter in your mind, you believe that Calabar women are good until Calabar woman do you bad. Now you don't say Calabar woman no good. You don't put down for your catalytic converter. So every process in your life, all your belief systems are Yoruba men will cheat on you. You dated a Yoruba man, he did not cheat on you. You dated the second man, he did not cheat on you. You dated the third one, you don't put down for your catalytic converter now. You don't filter them. But you see, when it comes to religion, religion always bypasses that catalytic converter. So even though you have logical filters, just know that your mind is trained to prioritize your religious beliefs over evidence, no matter how glaring that evidence looks. So this is now how it works with things like tithing. One, your brain is trained. This one is called unconscious bias and confirmation bias. Your brain is trained to look for what confirms your beliefs. So in a month, you made an extra 150,000 naira. But guess what? Your girlfriend's father died. And as a result of your girlfriend's father will buy, 2 months from now, you're going to have to spend 500K. So if you really sat down to do your profit and loss, did you really make money? You actually lost 350,000 naira. I'll give you an example. You are living in your uncle's house, and then you are not paying rent. And then the month that you are paying that rent, let's say in February, you make an extra 200K. But inside that same February, your uncle agrees to sell that house because he needs money to take care of his wife that has cancer. But you did not see that, and your uncle does not inform you until they pay. So your uncle doesn't actually tell you that he sold the house until June. So February, when he sold the house, you made an extra 200,000 at work. But you paid your tithe. So wow, my tithe is working. June, when you now find out that your uncle has sold the free house that you are living in, was the month you forgot to pay your tithe. So your brain is bypassing the catalytic converter of logic to equate your tithe with the fact that you are now homeless. And your brain is recording that in April, when you paid your tithe, you had a windfall, you had extra money. But in June, when you did not pay your tithe, when what was sold in April was now announced, you are now jumping logic to once again equate it with, the moment I failed my tithe, I lost money. And the moment I paid my tithe, I made money. So this is the unconscious bias created by your mind. Now let us take it a step further and go into the danger zone, so that your brain can rationalize this bypass of logic, because your brain is logical. But now your brain has to operate in an illogical realm. The moment you fail to pay your tithe, let's say you got your salary on Tuesday, the 27th of May, and you are supposed to pay 10% on that Sunday, Wednesday 28th, Thursday 29th, Friday 30th, Saturday 31st, Sunday 1st of June. So you were supposed to pay your tithe on the 1st of June, and you didn't, by omission or commission. Do you realize that your brain will intentionally make you do things that will make you lose money, just so that it can rationalize the bypass of that catalytic converter in your head? Your brain will intentionally make you lazy at things that will profit you unconsciously. You will just notice that the people you are supposed to call back, you will not call them back. The extra things you are supposed to do, you will not do them, because your brain has to make sense of stupidity. So it will start jiggling things around, because it's like I've told my brain that Chichi Obama is a good woman. But then I enter my father's room and I see her making love to my father. Then I'm looking for my lost shoe. I see it in her room. The money that she was supposed to give me, that was supposed to be my own, she ate it. 3 months later, they asked me, did Chichi give you money? I say, no. But then in my brain, I have it that Chichi is a good woman. So what is going to happen is that my brain is going to keep bypassing this logic. And when it bypasses this logic, just to uphold the logic, so that the brain does not confuse itself, it will now create scenarios for me that will put me in danger. This works for two things: prophecies and tithe. When your pastor has given a prophecy, sometimes your brain will start to create the logic for that prophecy to come to pass. So your brain, because you have told your brain that this pastor is always right, and this pastor is a man of God, so how can he be wrong? So your brain subconsciously is now going to make him right. So you have sickness. Instead of going to the hospital,
your brain is picking and choosing.
Picking and choosing for you, because you have failed to train your brain to be logical.
Brain to pick the right.
You have failed to sit down with your head and tame your dragon. So your brain now is, so when the prophecy now gets fulfilled, you will say, I saw my man of God. His words never land without their potency. But all you have done is allow your subconscious to put you in a self-fulfilling mode of your pastor's prophecy. That is why you have to be careful what you feed your mind. If your mother enters your marriage and says, this girl is not a good girl, she will leave you. If you don't reject it, if you allow it to germinate, it will manifest. Listen to me, say this after me. You can say it 5 times until it makes sense. Anything you allow your mind to germinate will manifest. Anything anything you allow your mind to germinate will manifest. So you have to be careful what seeds you are planting in your mind. That is one of the importance of prayer or meditation. When you are praying, you are conditioning your mind to believe something. Some people don't do it through prayer. Some people do it through manifesting, talking, saying it, repeating it. I will not do this. I will not do this. And taking steps. Let me tell you something. Wake up one morning and drive into a Rolex shop and go and wear a Rolex. Ask them how much. Now train you use go there. You no get moto. And that's one of the dangers of wearing fake stuff. Because wearing fake stuff conditions your mind into that fakeness. But when you go and say, okay, you know what? Let me go and check Rolex. Let me see what they have. You sit down there. They show you, like it, you wear it. What you are doing is you are germinating something. You are planting something in your mind. And your mind is going to manifest it. Rolex is good. Rolex is nice. I like this. You'll be amazed how your mind will help you pick between 2 jobs. Your conscious mind cannot see it, but your unconscious mind is running a projection and telling you that job B is going to get you to that Rolex faster than job A, even though job A has a better salary scale. That's how powerful, because your mind is a CCTV camera. Your mind is an audio recorder. Your mind is a data recorder. Every time you are sick, your mind records it. What made you sick? Your mind records it. How you treated the sickness? Your mind records it. Everything you see from morning till night, as you sit down here, you are looking, you are seeing cockroach, you are seeing ants, your mind is recording everything and compartmentalizing it. Ant that is running across the floor is not important to you. Ant will not come and bite you. But your mind, your eye is seeing it, so your mind is competent. Scorpion like this, your mind will alert you. No, this one is not ant. So what you are doing is you are creating, your mind is now going to sit down, and you are sitting down with 2 employers. The first person says, I will give you this, I will give you this, I will give you this, but we don't have a good healthcare package, or the healthcare package is less. Your mind don't calculate, say you were the sick, you were be sick. But you don't know that you are sick because you don't accept, you don't accept that you are sick. So the next job has a lower salary, but a better healthcare system. Your mind is telling you this is the job. But you're thinking that this salary is, your mind say, no. In this job, you will spend less money on sickness, so you'll be able to save more money for that Rolex. That is how your mind works, and that's how powerful it is. Your pastors will do fake miracle, but because you believe that the pastor is a man of God and the pastor does not lie, Your brain has now accommodated the stupidity of that miracle and made it reasonable and logical. And this is where I want to draw a close on this little midweek sermon. What are you feeding your mind? Ask yourself. You have 2 doctorate degrees. Ask yourself. You are a professor. Ask yourself. You are a medical doctor. How can you believe that there was a snake in a garden that talked to Eve? And that story really happened the way it happened, that it's not a metaphor or an allegory? Ask yourself, how many illogical things are bypassing your filtration system because of religion? You are a professor of mathematics. You are a professor of zoology. They tell you a story that there was an ark. And inside the ark, there was lion and there was antelope. And the lion did not eat the antelope on the ark. Okay, to the glory of God, the lion did not eat the antelope on the ark. But then the lion and the antelope came down. And for another 1 year, the lion did not eat the antelope, so that the antelope could have children, so that the lion can now eat the children or the antelope. You are a professor of zoology. How do you allow illogical things to form a bypass system? Is that how it starts? It starts with a talking snake. It starts with the Exodus. It starts with Noah's boat. The moment you push logic aside, what you are doing is you are creating an opportunity for the illogical to become logical. And it is very dangerous, because once you have accepted something as logic, your mind will continue to bypass reality to arrive at that your logic. And that is how a billionaire, one of the richest people in Nigeria today, is afflicted in their house. I don't want to mention their name, because they refused to use medicine. They were praying to God. And they believe God will heal them of blood pressure. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, did you go and greet this person? Because I knew that that person was close. And the person said to go and do what? If I go and greet the person, I'll tell the person that the person is a fool. The person, this is one of the richest, top 5 richest people in Nigeria. I'm not going to mention the person's name. They refuse to, at that level of exposure, you refuse to take medicine. You are praying. Get rid of the talking snake, guys. Get rid of the talking snake. The real devil is not the talking snake. The real devil is you believing that a snake can talk without understanding the folklore, without understanding the literary device, the allegory and anagogy of what that story stood for. It might be small, but with the believing of the talking snake, you have opened a chapter in your brain where logical things will not work and only the illogical will work. And it is very, very dangerous. Somebody that has no reason to be afflicted is in their house today. Something we know they worry poor man. We get sense, they go buy medicine. This thing don't mess this person's life up. because this person refused. This person refused to take medicine. This battery wants to die, so let me return it back. Here. Sorry, guys, so that it can be charging. I end my message here. I'll take questions for 1 or 2 minutes. Chichi Obama, thank you so much for helping me out with the word. Chichi, do you have any question? Anybody, any question?
I'm reading, somebody, Jiga said, talk about the role of fear.
Fear is a whole topic. Fear is a whole topic. Religion is propagated by reward mongering and fear mongering. If you do this, this good thing will happen to you. If you don't do this, this bad thing will happen to you. So it's called the reward and fear system.
Okay, somebody has, how do we take full control of our subconscious
It is impossible.
mind?
It is impossible. But you have some control over your unconscious by feeding, by forcing yourself. There are some things that you might not have liked as a child, and you force yourself to eat them. You force yourself to like them. You have to learn to constantly force yourself, force your mind, question things. Why do I believe that there was a talking snake in the garden? Why do I believe it? Because the Bible wrote it. Because my parents believed it. Okay, I want to see a snake that talks. The only thing I need to believe in my Christian faith is that Christ died and resurrected for me. Any other thing is not important. Whether snake talk, he not talk. Whether Moses left Egypt or he did not leave is unnecessary for me. The only thing that is necessary for me to believe as a Christian is my belief system is based on Christ died and he resurrected. That's the only belief. I allow my mind to believe. Any other thing needs logic. That's the only thing that defies logic that I allow my brain to. Because that is what will make me a better person. That is what makes me a Christian. And I believe it. And I believe what comes with it. Do I believe in miracles? Yes. But I am not stupid to see something that is not a miracle being marketed as a miracle and not talk.
Okay, another question. GF, I agree with your analogy of logical thinking, but I have a question. Do you mean God or Christ does not exist?
I mean Christ exists and I know God exists. Do we have the power to understand this existence? Not really. But we are working with what we have, because you see, also, it is also good to have a belief system because it helps your mind rationalize what cannot be rationalized. Why is this world like this? It makes no sense. So I believe God has a bigger purpose or a bigger plan for it. That's what it helps you do. Now, where does it become disastrous? When it becomes the subject of manipulation. When somebody taps into this consciousness, or when somebody taps into your unconsciousness to manifest a consciousness. Someone looks at Chichi Obama and says, yellow girls have marine water, marine spirits. And then you believe it. And then it starts to manifest. So I've never said that. The question is, when you argue the Bible or you argue the contents of the Bible, the first thing they tell you is, you don't believe in God. I don't need to believe in God. So I don't need to believe in a talking snake to believe in God. Because even the story of the talking snake, it get K-leg. The Bible said God cursed the snake and said the snake will eat dust. So rationalize it for me. The snakes eat dust. If you get pet snake, all the people get snake for zoo. Ask them, say na dust that they give and chop. Shana dust they give out. So there are so many errors. So you know that it is they are also in Yoruba folklore. The tortoise is the wisest animal. In Ghanaian folklore, the spider is the wisest animal. So, if you have a Ghanaian story about a talking spider, and all of a sudden tomorrow you believe that the Messiah is from Ghana, you are going to start believing that spiders talk. That is how it works. Sometimes... Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Somebody's asking, so our faith is not enough.
Your faith is impossible without your conscious and your unconscious mind. Faith is a product of your conscious and your unconscious mind. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are afflicted, you are sick, and a pastor is coming to... Where are you living, Chichi?
Houston.
A pastor is coming to Las Vegas to pray, and that pastor will heal you. It takes faith for you to enter a aeroplane from Houston to go to Las Vegas, you know.
Sure.
That is faith in action. This pastor, I must meet him. You understand? So you go and you buy a ticket. You go and you book a hotel. Amen. That is faith. Amen. Now, for you to be able to get up, how much is ticket from Houston to Las Vegas?
Like maybe 200, 250.
Okay, let's say 200. Now, in a month, like how much do you spend on groceries and rent and food? Just give me a rough estimate of your expenditure.
Groceries like 1-2 a month. So I'll say 1-2 in a month for groceries and food.
So let's just say you spend like 3K every month on living expenses, light, water, meter, phone. Let's say 3K, Abby. Mm-hmm. So this month you are going to spend an extra 200. That 200, is it return or one way?
It's both ways.
So you are going to then
200 to the
200 go and come.
Depend on the flight. Yeah.
Now, when you get to Houston, when you get to Las Vegas, you're going to stay in a hotel. So let's say you stay 3 days, and the hotel is, how much are hotels?
That's like $100 a day or so.
$100 a day. So you're going to spend an extra $300. Then you are going to eat there, and you can't carry provision from your house. You can't carry part of your groceries. So you have to buy things there. So let's say every day you eat $50. Right? Mm-hmm. Then from the airport, it's not like you're going to drop at the airport and the church.
You will pick Uber now.
You will pick Uber. So let's say to and from again, another $100. So already you have like an extra $600 bill. You have the faith in the healing, but your faith has to work with your mind, conscious and unconscious, so that you can bring out that $600 for that trip.
Right.
Because your mind has to logically, I'm going to get up, I'm going to spend money, I'm not going to go to work for 3 or 4 days so I can be part of this crusade. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm going to have to make arrangements for who will take care of my cat.
Yeah.
Or my puppy. I'm going to have to make arrangements for my children. So your mind has to prepare. So when you have faith, faith works alongside your mind. So there is a conviction in your mind, and there is a conviction that manifests as faith. And faith influences your mind, and your mind manifests the faith.
The faith, yeah.
So when you say people don't have faith, the question now is, a pastor faked a miracle. Why are you saying that the priest does not have faith for not believing a stupid miracle that was faked by a useless pastor. Why is it counting as, why is it not count? Why is your brain not counting it as a lie? Why is your brain not counting it as a failure on behalf of the pastor? Why is your brain not calculating it as, oh, this pastor is a fraudster? Why is it calculating it? Why is the end equation is equal to Daddy Freeze has no faith? Your mind is in trouble.
Because of the belief system. That's why. And all the things you have fed your mind with. So they will come and tell you that the miracle did not work because of your faith. It's horrible. Yeah, we hear that a lot, that your miracle did not work because of your faith. Okay, dear, somebody is asking, what's wrong with the story of Lazarus?
What is it? What does he want with it? Explain.
So whoever this is, can you explain further?
The story of, what do you want to know about the story of Lazarus?
He said, what's wrong with the story of Lazarus?
There's nothing wrong with it. What do you think is wrong with it?
It's a question. Oh. Yeah, a lot of people are going through that, believing anytime they go to miracle places, hoping and believing for miracles, and at the end, the miracle don't happen. Then the pastors will come and tell you your faith. You didn't have enough faith. That's why the miracle did not work.
How will you feel?
How would you feel?
How would you feel,
That's
Titi Obama?
terrible.
Hold on. You want to buy a Ferrari. You want to buy a Ferrari. So let's say they tell you that the Ferrari is $400,000. You tell them that you have only $200,000, that you will pay the $200,000, Abi?
Yes.
But over the next 6 months, you will pay the balance of $200,000, Abi? Then you can come and carry your car. Then over the next 6 months, you're only able to raise $150,000. Are they going to give you the car?
No.
But what would they do?
They try and work with you now.
Is it that they return your money to you? Or they give you another car?
Right.
That's the problem with faith. All the praying, all the tongues, all the going there, all the money, everything will amount to nothing. With one line, your faith was not strong enough. Let me tell you a question. Say you enter aeroplane from Houston to Vegas. You must need some level of faith.
True.
How can they tell your faith is not enough when you entered the aeroplane?
Exactly.
You booked hotel. You cancelled work. What faith do you need? See, in this life, there are things that you cannot measure. You can't measure death. You can't measure cold. How do they say somebody is dead? Or somebody don't die? How do they say it? Or what makes them say it? When there's no absence of life. Oh, sorry, when there's absence of life. When you bring somebody in, a doctor does not look whether the person don't die. He looks what is there a pulse? What is pulse? Sign of life. Are the pupils responding to light?
Responding.
Sign of life.
Right.
Can you hear a breath? Can you hear a heartbeat? Is the body still warm?
Warm.
They are looking for signs of life. When there is absence of life, you now have pie. There is no measurement for cold.
No.
The measurement for cold is in the absence of heat. That is why you are not 16 years young and 24 years old. Whether you are 3 years, you are old. Or whether you are 30 years, you are old, and 90 years old.
Right.
You are not 3 years young and 90 years old.
No.
Because there is no measurement of, I can't say youth, being young.
It is what it is.
Every day you get older.
Yeah.
That's why you have a day-old baby. Old baby. Your age is measured according to how old you are. Not how young. There is no measurement of youngness, or I can't say youth, so I'm just going to coin the word youngness. So that's the problem with faith. There's no measurement of faith. You can't measure faith. You can when me and Chichi Obama, how tall are you?
5'6".
What's your body weight?
Give me, I know we'll talk that one.
Okay, let's say your body weight is 60.
Horrible.
Let's say your body weight is 60. Me, my body weight is maybe 92, and I'm 6'1". The dose of medicine they are going to give me is different from the one they are going to give you, based on body weight.
Yes, oh, definitely.
When baby Freeze, right now, baby Freeze is as tall as both of his grandmothers. He's 9 years old. He is as tall and as heavy, not as heavy because our grandmas, they're thick. You understand? But he is almost as tall, he's almost as weighty as both his grandmothers. They know they give baby Freeze. From when baby Freeze, they're like 7, 8. They know they give him child dosage. You know they walk.
Because he has good...
Because he's adult weight and adult height. Once person don't pass 5'1", you don't turn adult.
Right.
You understand? Because there are adults that are 5'2". Baby Freeze like 5'3", 5'4". You can't give him child dose.
True.
So
it's strictly based on weight.
Strictly based. So how do we now measure? Now, if I want to give a 9-year-old that is smallish in stature, that's why when you go to the hospital, they will check your blood pressure, they will check your vitals, and they will check your weight, so that they can know that, okay, this Chichi Obama, she dey slim, she dey tall, but her BP dey high. We can't give her this medicine, we can't give her this medicine, we can't give her, but we can give her this one, and this one. So according to your medical problem, a measurement of medication is created.
True.
So how do you now create a measurement of faith? Because Lazarus had no faith.
No.
He don't buy. And Mary, Martha, had faith. Lord, if you were around, he for not buy. But she did not have faith that he will resurrect. So that throws that creates a faith paradox. I want us to read this scripture together, so you understand where I'm going.